No sense gamers.
And welcome today to this game of ice hockey. I'm your commentator, Chris, and we have our guest commentator here, Jeffrey.
Why, hello there.
Good evening, gentlemen and ladies. So it seems we have the West Coast All-Stars versus the East Coast All-Stars at a particular venue.
I really hope that rap doesn't come into this too much.
I don't think it will too much. Maybe during the halftime show, Jay-Z may turn up.
Well, if he does, I hope, those rascals, that he hangs around with, they don't show up and start shooting the place. Hockey is no place for violence.
If there's one thing you don't want to do, it's mix General Motors with guns, with ice, with rappers.
With Reebok.
Our Reebok as well, our sponsor of the day. So both teams are going to limber up and the referee will make them play. And the game begins. Mitchell for the East and Minkinson for the West side. So you've had an extensive hockey career, have you not, Jeffrey?
I have. I played hockey for about 15 years and hated every minute of it.
So the game so far is 0-0 as the first 13 minutes of the period have ticked down.
Yeah, it's very common for it to be 0-0 this time of the game, but hopefully we'll see some scores.
So it's everything to play for. Who is your money on for this game, East or West?
I think I'm going to go for the West. I just like their game a little bit more. It's the East. I don't really care for them.
It seems the West have much more energy in this game.
It does. I think they're on top at the minute, but it can go either way. Not that I'm saying that one team's going to totally dominate, but it's a close game, it's hockey.
And also a very fast game. How did you find it trying to keep up with the puck while playing?
Well, that was very difficult indeed. It's a very fast game. It skids across the ice really, real fast. You gotta have quick wits about you. If you're not looking in the right direction, you can smack right in the face.
And then the face-off. And the East side wins the face-off that time round, making a push on the West.
Ooh, that was a nice little shot there.
That was a good attempt on the shot.
But again, 3.
Obviously, nowadays they have blades on their feet, so they don't have to fall over. But was there a time when you never had blades on your feet?
Yeah, we couldn't afford blades on our feet, so we just walked around on our tiptoes quite a bit, and just you grip with your toes. We were bare feet, man, bare feet. We grip with the toes, and it seems to work quite well. Okay, we spent most of the game on the floor, but as long as you can get the puck in the back of the goal once, that's all you need to do.
You only had to score once back in those days.
Well, we were on the floor too often to be able to score more than once.
But you still seem to win 14 out of 15 tournaments.
We did. I think the fact that we intimidated the other teams, that might have come down to it. We were bigger than them, stronger than them, and kind of more athletic. Maybe they just kind of stood off a little bit.
What team did you play for in your career?
I played for the Mighty Ducks, who a lot of people think is an imaginary team made up, but whenever I mention it. But yeah, we were one of the biggest teams in the division.
Which division was that?
Division 2.
Very
wait,
good.
no. I didn't lie. 3.
Okay, so it seems the game is still 0-0, and the East side appears to be maintaining possession most of the time.
Yeah, they seem to be doing quite well.
Making making great use of the back of the net right there.
Yeah, you gotta use the back of the net as much as the side of the net, but the important thing is you're getting the front of the net.
So Mr. Check to the west side, doing what he can, change over, and the shot clock has run out. maintaining possession too much can seem to bring a team down. Would you agree?
Well, you know, it's been a close game so far, and we're only a third of the way through. But you can see the stats right there; they speak for themselves.
So it seems it's pretty even so far.
Yeah, and we're gonna see the kickoff, which you know, not they're gonna kick ball or anything, but we use a puck these days. You know, in the early days of hockey, you know, you wouldn't use a puck, but you use a small black bird.
Did you have any mentors when you were playing in your career?
Yeah, one who was very, very dear to me was Big Johnny Buxton. He was a mighty fine player, and one of the best I've ever seen. He never scored a single goal. You know, in terms of kind of medals and awards, you know, he wouldn't be up there. But he was a big, strong player, and he put himself about, and he taught me a lot. You know, it's kind of the mind games of hockey. It's not really about standing on your feet and scoring a goal. It's all about the mind games you can be playing. You know, the names you can call your fellow players, and you know, like sending little messages before the game, telling you're going to break your legs, and it all helps. You know, it's a hidden part of the game.
And it'll help to round off a player as they're making their way.
Yeah, you need to you need to have everything within your game to be a great player. You know, you can't just be one-sided. You can't just score a lot of goals.
What's the most useful piece of information he ever gave you?
I think the most useful piece of information he ever gave me was you can break one leg, but you can't break two.
Very wise. On the west side gets a goal at last. After a good straight 20 minutes of game, someone seems to have pulled ahead.
I've got to admit, I was starting to get a bit bored of this game, but then a goal pops up out of nowhere.
And it grabs you by the balls and gives you interest.
That is definitely true.
So it's all to play for now. So how important is it that you have a lead in this game?
I would say it's the third most important thing. The first most important thing was that you don't break your legs. I think the second most important thing is that you don't break your feet. And the third most important thing would definitely be maintaining the lead.
A strong body check there by Mr. Lowell.
I do like that Lowell. He's a good player. He's a fine player.
Body checking, obviously, a legal part of the game where you can, in a way, tackle another player and get away with it.
That's true. Some would say it's way too over the top, but I don't agree with it. But you can see we're at the end of the second period. We're about to start the third.
Now we are on the final third of three. And everything to play for. West lead by 1.
Still think the East are going to come forwards with 2 or even 14 goals. I think that's really, really like that. All we've seen so far is the East have been battling away, and I think they're going to score a good 17 goals before the end of this game.
What was it like in your career for fouls and body checking and things like that?
Oh, I think it was a lot worse than it is now. I broke both my legs in the first game, and 17 digits. That was hard to come. That was hard to come back from. But these days, you know, they've got padding and they've got net protection, and the referee, you know, trying to get in there whenever he can. And as it happens, here we go now. There's like a bit of a ruckus happening on the field.
A little bit of a ruckus. It seems one person has beef with the other person.
Much like the East and West Coast rappers of America have beef with each other, it's almost more intense on the hockey field.
Because it's well known that the East Coast and West Coast rapping scene is heavily and deeply involved with the hockey scene at the same time.
They are, yes, and you might not think of me as the sort of person that likes that sort of music, but I'm actually really, really into it. Probably from my hockey days, as I say, the rap scene is an integral part of hockey. You know, so many, African American players in the hockey division these days. There's at least 2 or 3.
And that's 2 or 3 more than there are for white folks in basketball.
That's true. That's a racist sport.
So the West still superior to the East. And another ruckus, a 2-on-1 ruckus.
I don't like to say 2-on-1, but it's not more. Now it's a 3-on-2. Now it's a 3-on-3.
A 3-on-3. And all because the goalie stopped the puck, which, as far as I was aware, was his intention.
Well, yeah, he's doing his job at the end of the day.
And the West win the face-off, pushing forward with only 8 minutes left in the third final out of 3 period.
Yeah. Here we go now with what we call a ruckus or with a roughhousing.
Now it seems all that anger's finally overflowed. And it's the Eastern Fist which wins over the Western Face. Keith Thakchuk was the man who went down in that fight and was then punished for losing, as is tradition.
I never did like him. And there we go, my team who I wanted to win all the game, and they just equalized. Bit of a petty shot, to be honest. It just dribbled through his legs, but we'll take it.
But a sneaky shot. Sometimes it's the ones that are sneaky.
Yeah, every goal counts at the end of the day, and as long as it crosses that line, it's good.
So with only 6 minutes left, it's 1-1. Will this be a draw, do you think, at the end?
No, I think the East are going to win about 17-1, and they're just they're going through the motions. They're going through the gears. At the minute, they're on gear 2. They've got 42 gears overall.
So there's still another 40 gears to see.
Oh yeah, there's much more to see from these boys.
And then Sidney Crosby, injured shoulder. Do you think we'll see a highlight of that injury?
Hopefully it won't be too bad in injuries.
He fell over.
The problem was he was on his feet, but he ended up on his stomach. That's what I think is the main problem with that one there.
That would be the key to not injuring your shoulder. Do not fall on your stomach. So it's Sidney Poitier instigating a fight right there.
Well, I didn't know that Sidney Poitier was a hockey player. I just thought he was an actor.
I do know it's part-time hockey player.
Oh, part-time.
And now it's going in for a bit of a ground and pound.
That was very much a bit disappointing fight. I was expecting more from that fight.
That was a shit fight. Jonathan Tolles goes into the sin bin, and it's the West Side again that's doing shit with the fights.
Oh, well, I think there's a breakaway now, but he's probably going to mess it up. But yeah.
So, an opportunity missed. How many missed opportunities did you ever come across?
I probably missed more than a hit. To be honest, in the game, I was never really that good at putting my shots away. But yeah, you're always going to miss opportunities, and you just got to take enough of them to win the games. As I said, we were mostly sliding around for our games, but having no knives on our feet. So I generally kind of missed maybe 5, 6, or 7 in one game.
And how many attempts would you have made?
I probably made over 100. Most of them would have been just off the back of my stick, front of my stick, side of my stick, end of my stick, side of my foot. Sometimes they weren't really looking, what you're hitting the puck with, so you hit it with anything. As long as it travels towards the goal, it's per game.
Hit it with anything that was to hand?
Definitely, yeah.
So it's still 1-1. No team seems to be wanting to score at all, and there's 10 seconds left.
I'm still very, very 100% confident that we're going to see another 14 goals from these fellas in the East.
4.6 seconds left. And the final face-off for this game. Perhaps.
It's starting to feel that maybe this might end up being a draw. maybe on the out chance it might end up as a draw.
The goalie covers that puck. 0.2 seconds. Do you think they could get 14 shots in the next 0.2 seconds of the game?
In short, yes.
Let's see. And the West wins. And the East wins as well.
Well, I'm very disappointed in that in the game. I thought I was going to see a drubbing of at least 40 or 50 to 2. But I'll take it.
So, at the end of this match, it's a 1-1 draw. No one has won, no one has lost. Everyone's a winner. And I think that will please our Reebok fans out there that like the Hook Trees. I have been Chris, and this was Jeffrey.
Reebok.
And that's the end of the game. Enjoy.
No sense games.